Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome back to another Sunday.
Yeah, welcome to the last live before Christmas.
Yes, before the holiday break.
Yes.
Which we will be taking a small break.
We will.
I mean, you know, we'll have just done 25 days of episodes and...
Plus lives, plus extra episodes.
Yeah,
I counted it the other day in my head, and I think when it's all said and done, when December is all said and done, it's going to be 33 episodes we put out in December.
Wow. Now, some of those are Patreon only, but still.
No, I didn't even count those.
You didn't even... How is that possible? I just need to go back and count them. You'll tell me later.
Good
job, Chad.
I mean, besides...
Oh, we're not going to count them later. We're going to count them now.
No. I was just going to say, besides the 1 through 25 days, there's
the best of.
Yeah, there's the best of. There's the 2 extra that we put out this month, and then there'll be another 2 that will be coming out in December, not counting the best of at the end of the year.
Wow, crazy.
Right?
Good job, Chad.
Well.
It's
all of us. It's all of us here. You all too.
As some people were pointing out, it's also George T. Stagg's birthday.
Happy birthday, George T. Stagg.
So obviously we're going to have to celebrate with some of that, but we're going to save it for the end because otherwise, goodbye, taste buds.
We didn't realize that.
Yes, thank you for sharing.
Yeah, so we'll do that at the end. We have a bottle open over here. But yeah, it's going to be 2 ryes, 2 bourbons, no beers.
No scotch.
We've done that episode before. We did a 1 bourbon, 1 scotch, 1 beer.
We did.
Yeah. But I want to start off the show with the Pursuit series, Pursuit United Rye, because they got a rye now, and this just came as a media sample yesterday, or Friday, I don't know.
Whenever the mail came.
It came recently. So that's what we're going to start off with. But how is everyone? Let us know what you have in your glass tonight.
Thank you, Chad.
Yeah. Let me give you all the skinny what this is. It's 108 proof. It comes from 2 states and 3 mash bills. So hot off the press.
Is that what it says? Really?
Yeah, it's like someone just fell asleep on the keyboard there in the beginning, then they woke up. 2,076 bottles of this will be produced at 108 proof, non-chill filtered, and available with an SRP of $65. Now that'll be released in Colorado, Georgia, Illinois, Kentucky, and Texas, but then also at sealbox.com.
Interesting.
If you're interested in getting one, it blends Sagamore. Sagamore's 52% rye, 43 corn, 5% malted barley, to give it more of the bourbon-like characteristics. And Kenny said that we wanted to create a rye that wasn't traditional and spoke more to bourbon consumers. We also added in Sagamore Spirits and Barstow Bourbon Company's 95.5 rye to malted barley. So there's your 3 mash bills and your two distilleries. Yeah, so there you go.
All right.
Then you get some tasty notes, but I want us to, you know.
It's kind of giving me like a
Kentucky
little bit
and Maryland
of an apple-y note on the...
That's what Ryan said.
Is it?
He said green apple.
Yeah, I get apples, but I like it.
Yeah.
Like in a pie
like
with the other things.
That's a spicy apple.
Yeah. Like stewed or simmered or whatever.
Stewed and simmered.
Very nice.
Yeah, that is nice. Let's dive in. Yeah, I get the apple.
I get it up front, but then like there's pepper clove-ish kind of note that comes in after it and kind of makes it a bit more bold than sweet.
Yeah.
And I like that a lot. I'll have to have a second sip. What's the proof?
108.
108.
I also get some winter mint.
Solid.
Yeah.
A little, I get that too.
So it's like they're saying, you know, it's taking that fairly legal rye, more like a high rye bourbon, and then the 95.5 high rye, and kind of having a baby. Right. First super chat of the evening.
Ooh.
Gotta click on the right chat box. There it is. This one comes from Nick, and he says, "Tell Oliver, 12-year, that what is your favorite alcohol and money?"
I guess maybe in how much it costs.
Oh, okay. There you go. And this goes to Oliver.
I guess this is fine. This is fine, right? This is fine.
This is fine.
This is fine.
This is fine.
Sure.
Everything's fine here. What's your favorite? Oh, bourbon.
Bourbon. Because it's bourbon night.
It's bourbon night. And
the best bourbon is free.
yes. The best bourbon is the bourbon that you're gifted.
That's right. Or the one that's in your glass right now.
Poured by a friend.
No, I mean, anytime you can get a great bourbon for under $50, $30, I don't know. It's a great day.
I mean, great values make things taste even better, I feel like, you know.
Oh, it's his nephew, and he wanted to know. So
cool.
there you go.
There you go. Well, there you go, Oliver.
Yes.
And Nick, cheers to you.
9 years. You'll know, too.
Yeah, 9 years.
Right?
Nay, a day before. Don't know why that was Scottish.
Don't worry. They're barreling barrels right now that'll be ready when you're ready.
They're barreling, yes, they are. Yeah.
What did I say? Barreling bottles? I don't know.
Barreling bottle. They're, yeah.
You know what I meant.
Bottles are being barreled. No, they're being laid down.
It's tasty. Oh, go ahead.
that happens all the time.
Yep.
First off, I feel like the 108 proof is very approachable. You know, it's that nice in between of you can tell you're drinking a whiskey north of 100 proof, but it's not like, you know, attacking the palate. So that's nice. And I do like the sort of that tightrope between the barely legal rye and the high rye rye.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I found like I really tend to gravitate towards ryes that sit more in that, you know, 90-ish to 110 proof range, whereas with bourbons, like I guess I tend to gravitate higher, but as you'll see in our best of, there are plenty of 100-ish proof or lower in there.
Variety. Sure.
But yeah, I just think rye, maybe it's because of the spice and like that minty aspect, I just think it does better no higher than like 110, 115. Remind, what is Pikesville? Why do I always forget?
Pikesville is 110.
Yeah.
I almost second guessed myself there.
And I love it.
But it's
lovely.
But it's the barely legal rye. Talking about Pikesville. So this, you know, it's gonna have more of the rye showing up.
So far, I have to say, I'm really impressed with what they're doing.
Yeah. With
this blending, with the bourbon and the rye.
Definitely.
And the MSRP, $65.
Yeah, $65. This will be an annual release.
Oh, an annual. Well, I'd be happy to get this.
This is their inaugural release, and I think I read somewhere that it's going to be available annually, or released annually.
But you can't read that whole paper right now. No, we don't want to hear that.
Yep. It will continue to be a yearly limited release. Boom.
There you go.
It. Well, let's read what Ryan had to say about it.
Okay, let's read it.
He said...
This is the first time I'm seeing any of these things. I just show up and Chad's ready.
He said, you know, after talking about combining the three mash bills, he said, what you're left with are notes of brown sugar, baked cinnamon on green apples, and finishes with a hint of citrus. Citrus. I was doing so well, Sarah. Followed by mint, tea, and cloves. Totally get the cloves.
We said mint and cloves and cinnamon. Well, spices. Spiced apples.
Cinnamon's a spice.
And apples.
Definitely the green apples. Yep.
So we're
Brown
very much
sugar,
on the same page with what they're tasting. Not that there is a right or wrong answer. It is what you want it to be. This is nice.
Yeah, that's good. I like it. That's a great way to start the evening.
Why do I feel like there were some updates that we owed? I know for a fact that there was one update that we owed. And that is about the fundraiser from last week.
Yes.
We did. I don't still have the exact number because YouTube calculates things and does things. And then also there was some donations made outside of YouTube. So I'll never have the exact number. But it's north of $1,300 up to $1,500. So somewhere in that range is the number of what we will be donating. And I feel like we'll just go ahead and make it $1,500 no matter what. So, yeah. So we will be donating that to the Western Kentucky Tornado Relief Fund. For all of you who participated, thank you so much.
Yeah, that was a great live.
Yeah. See, I thought we did a good job, and then I saw Fred Minnick's partnership for their bottle
auction,
and it raised like $130,000, and I was like,
Well, yeah, we can't.
I mean, it's not a competition.
We can't compete with.
Right, we can't compete with that.
The reach of.
I was like, oh, we did so good, and we did do really good.
We did. And
we don't have the same resources.
You all did. You all did the good.
We just don't have the same resources.
We were the vessel.
Yeah, the vessel. It's true. Yeah. But also, we're donating too.
Yeah, we are.
So.
Yeah. Couple of super chats.
That's my evening update.
From Michelle Martins, she said, we found Elijah Craig Barrel Proof C921 this weekend. Yay.
Ooh.
Have to admit, we were experiencing some FOMO. I feel you, Michelle. And then, whoa, King of the North Ray with a big super chat saying, I can't stick around and will need to catch us on replay. Merry Christmas to all and Happy New Year if we don't talk to anyone before then. 2021 was far from a perfect year, but meeting many of the people here was definitely a highlight. Well said, Ray.
Well, if those don't deserve a triangle, I don't know what does.
There you go.
Sorry, headphones. I say that every time.
And Merry Christmas,
and yet I continue to do it.
And Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yeah. And that triangle also counts for you, Tony. He says, hey-o. So it finally happened. I got the Pappies. 10-year times 2 and a 15-year all at retail. In question, would you trade a 10-year for the birthday bourbon? Okay, bye. No, wouldn't, personally. Would you trade a 10-year?
Can you explain that? No. Is the no because you would keep the 10-year and drink it because you don't like the birthday bourbon, or you don't feel like the 10-year is a fair, like, I don't know, what's your, explain.
Well, neither one of us are experts on the secondary. We don't keep up with it because we just don't play in that sandbox. I mean, very, very rarely. So I don't know if a 10, like, I know it would go for way more than the, $70 or $50 MSRP that it's supposed to be. But I also know the birthday bourbons are now up to like 130 SRP, and they would be going for who knows what. So, like, value-wise, I don't know if it's equal. So I'm going completely off of taste. I enjoy the Van Winkle 10-year, and the birthday bourbons in the past few years have been letting me down.
More
I know
misses than hits
they
for
kind of
us.
have you too. So I would not make that trade.
I think I have to agree. I think I would hang on to your second one because drink your first one, right? And then maybe make a decision. I wouldn't make that trade right now. Just because I feel the same way about the birthday bourbon, but maybe we're biased. There's lots of other stuff from Old Forester that we do really like. I'd hang on to it. Drink on your first bottle, see how you feel afterwards. But I think you could trade. I don't know. I think there's potentially another trade out there that will work out better for you, in my honest opinion.
Personally, if someone were offering me like the Wild Turkey Master's Keep 1, I would probably make that trade because I still don't have it.
Interesting.
I want it, even though.
No, I don't.
Didn't love it.
See, I don't agree with this logic. I would only trade bottles for things that I want.
That's the collector.
But I want to drink them.
If it's something I'm trading, then that's, if I wanted to drink it, I would just open it up and drink it, not even trade anything.
We'll call our lawyers after this, and we'll get it squared away.
All right, fine.
Because what's yours is mine. So.
Right.
I'm kidding.
Sure. Let's wrap this up.
It's wrapped up.
Yeah, I recommend.
I liked it. I said I would be happy to get this.
I think it's very well suited at the SRP of $65.
It's really pleasant.
For 108 non-chill filtered rye. That's, combining 2 different states and 3 different mash bills. The art is in the blend, and I think it represents.
I think it's really tasty, and I have to say I haven't been super in the mood to like drink much of anything in particular all week, and this is tasting really good to me. I'm like, I finished it, so which is more than I can say for last week.
Now, I don't know if you want to follow that up with the reason why you weren't.
Oh, I just wasn't feeling well.
You weren't feeling well. Yeah, she hasn't stopped liking bourbon.
No, just wasn't feeling well.
Yeah. Guys, a few more super chats here, but we want to get something in our glass first.
Okay.
So I know this isn't normally how you would do things, starting with a 108 and then going down in proof, or going from a rye to a bourbon. No. But I just want to do it tonight.
Okay, you do you. You're literally in the driver's seat.
We're going to do a rye, then we're going to do a bourbon, then we're going to do our second rye, then we're going to do our second bourbon. Meh.
And then we're going to finish it off with the George T. Stagg. Does that even make sense? I don't know.
At all.
Not at all. Not at all.
Someone, can't remember because I can't remember anything.
What's wrong with our memories? They're so bad.
I don't know.
If I don't write it down, it's gone.
Man, I can't remember. But they recommended Puncher's Chance. Said it was decent value.
It's very piratey.
It is very piratey. Got this.
I like this tiger
for $32. I'm not sure what the SRP is, but probably around that. It's a 90 proof, I think. Yep, it's a 90 proof Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, and that is about. Oh yeah, they said it because it was from
Gotta
also
tell you,
why I should write things
up
down.
front. I'm a little hesitant.
Can't see the whiskey
because it's like New Riff does the blacked out bottle, but it like fades out, like ombres out towards the middle. It gets lighter and then it.
Is that the term?
Well, I mean, it's a hair term, but yeah, or like a color term when it fades gently from one color into another color.
Huh. I learned something, folks.
Whatever. So you could also call it a gradient, whatever you want to call it.
It opacities out or whatever.
But at least you have half the bottle to see the liquid inside. This, you get a glimpse here at the bottom.
You do?
There's like a small, half inch or maybe that's an inch. I don't know. It
still seems tinted.
I don't have a ruler. It's
it's definitely still tinted.
It makes me nervous because it.
Like, what are they trying to hide?
And I get it, the bottle design is like, whatever, but I just feel like the color of, when that's like one of the 5, judgment factors of a whiskey, I feel like it's something that you want to see unless you don't want it to be seen. And then that makes me nervous, so these are all my thoughts.
It says bottled by Puncher's Chance Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, Bardstown, Kentucky.
Interesting.
Which, yes, Bardstown, Kentucky, but not Puncher's Chance.
It smells very like lemony.
Sourced.
If you've ever had the lemon pound cake at Starbucks with the white icing, I think we've talked about this before. But like really.
Yeah.
Pound cake like that.
Like the Van Halen song.
Faux flavored, extra sweet.
Sure. Let's hit these super chats.
Okay, let's do it.
Tony Joey Chocolone. Bag of donuts. Merry Christmas, IBN family. I've been sipping on the Remus 5 from the IBN Glencairn. I think you may have overlooked the age, minimum 13 years. No, I didn't, because we talked... let me finish your super chat, sorry. 13 years old for $100 sounds good to me. Love you all. Happy New Year. Joey, Tony, thank you for this, because I actually... replied to a comment today that was very much in this same realm. So in the episode, I did read it goes everywhere from a 2005 to a 2008 or whatever it was. So we did identify it in the video. And yes, on paper, you wouldn't expect, a minimum of 13 years to be less than $100. But that's on paper. I was saying by what I was drinking in the glass, it didn't taste much more than a $50 to $60 bottle for me, and that's what I would want to pay for it for what I was tasting.
For what you're tasting.
And but
is that the way it works so often? Unfortunately, no.
Unfortunately, no. But
we're just talking.
I think that's a great topic though. It's a great thing to talk about because what I said in the comment was like it could be non-age stated or it could be 20-year age stated. That shouldn't. It doesn't and shouldn't. Change how I was feeling about it in the episode. Like, for me, I would want to pay about $50 for this. Doesn't matter that it has, 13 years, that type of age in it. Because age isn't everything. It's where you pick it. It's how it matures. Maturation is...
Is it just a number?
Age is just a number. Yeah, so, yes, on paper, $100 makes sense. But I'm saying... I wouldn't pick up another bottle unless it were $50 to $60.
Okay.
That's, yeah. But so you bring up a good point there, Joey Tony. Thank you, Brian Brennicky.
Whoa, thank you, Brian.
Oh wow, yeah, okay, yeah. The color scheme.
Yeah, it's different. It's different.
Thank you for that big super chat.
Said I may not have done a great job not buying bottles this week, but I had a heck of a good time. Cheers and Merry Christmas to everyone. Yes. No more bottles,
Brian. No more bottles.
Except this one.
Right. Except after this one.
No more bottles.
No more. Sean Dobbins, Merry Early Christmas, IBN. Celebrating my birthday today. Happy birthday with a fresh crack of an Old Forester 117.
What a way to
Angel
celebrate.
Share Batch 2.
Very nice.
Finally, my first 117 acquired. Well, happy birthday to you.
Let us know what you think.
That sounds like an awesome birthday present. Next is from Brian. He says, found Bourbon Night in 2021. Welcome aboard.
Can't wait to see what we do in 2022. We can't wait
either.
We don't
can't
know.
either. Thank you, Brian.
I'm just kidding. We have an idea.
Thanks for finding us.
Yeah, thank you. So glad you've joined us here. I'm going to give another triangle. Just a light one that time.
And that one also goes to Andrew, who says, sipping on Elijah Craig Barrel Proof Store Pick is Knob Creek 15-year worth $150. From what I remember, no, because that was the 100 proof one, right? The 15-year.
I believe.
They didn't come out with a 120 or a barrel proof version of 15-year. I don't believe. The 12-year was the one.
Yes, I have the 12 right
that
here.
they offered.
No, the 12 is 100 proof.
But then they also did a cast strength 12, I believe. It's so hard to remember.
There's so many
other
releases. But I have to say, I just don't know that exponentially from the regular on-the-shelf Knob Creek single barrel at 120 proof, that it at 60-ish, 55, 60 bucks? I can't ever remember what it cost off the top of my head.
50.
I don't think there's going to be that big of like an exponential difference between those two to make it worth the extra almost $100.
Yeah.
So, well, I would love to say yes.
Especially, I feel like a lot of people are going to say, you used to be able to get Knob Creek picks that were 15 years for 55 bucks. So, yeah, probably not. Probably not, but...
Yeah, I think I would hold off on that.
Yeah.
If you see a Knob Creek 25th and it's 150 bucks, then perhaps.
Yeah, Sean's saying that he paid 105 for the Knob Creek 15-year. He has two 15-year-old store picks that were 60 and were amazing, but those are long. Yeah, those are long gone.
How are you feeling about this?
I haven't tasted it yet.
Oh, I've tasted it twice. It's surpassed my expectations based on the bottle.
Okay.
But
I think I see what that person who I can't remember now was talking about.
What did they say?
They said it was, decent bottle.
How much was it?
$32. $32 for 90 proof. But, it's sourced. But does that affect the consumer? Not really.
There's something on the finish that is like vitamin C powder or something. It's like chalky orange something.
I get what you're talking about.
And I really just can't get behind that. And
sort of like a sweet tart.
It just leaving like a weird taste in my mouth that for me is not doing it. And especially because I know like there's other things under $30 that are around this proof or higher that you could get. So I would probably not. I mean, but personally, would not invest in another bottle of this.
There you go.
There you go. Well, how do you feel?
I mean, I'm glad to have had it. Glad to now have it in the arsenal. Glad to have upped the experience points of, trying bourbon. But I probably won't buy another bottle once this one's gone because I feel like when there's Buffalo Trace out there, Eagle Rare.
Is there?
Things like
Tell
that.
me more.
For the same price.
I mean, even Turkey 101 or...
Right. I was just trying to think of 90 proof things, though.
I'm just trying to think of things that are under 30
Elijah
bucks.
Craig, 1783.
Nope.
Evan Williams, 1783.
Elijah Craig small batch.
Well, it's the same distillery.
Same.
Heaven Hill.
I just can think of other things that I would much rather have for under 30 bucks. But I'm also not trying to say I hate it. Like, it's just...
No, we'll continue talking about it here.
I just wouldn't buy another bottle. This is an interesting
question from Thomas saying, why does high proof, barrel proof taste so much better? Well,
in our opinions,
there's different schools of thought. Some people will say there is an ultimate proof out there, and it's the job of the master distiller or the master blender or the master taster or whoever to try it until you find the addition of water that unlocks...
where it's the most magical.
Yes, and then that's what it should bottle at.
See?
Other people will say the absence of adding water to it is the purest form, and you get everything that the barrel has brought to it.
All those fatty acids.
Yes. That would be the non-chill filter. I mean, I guess you do...
But if it's a barrel-proof...
Water it.
I mean, I guess...
Down with water. You still can have the fatty acids in there. That's a filtering
But
process.
if it's uncut, unfiltered, barrel-proof, like...
Right.
I guess it's kind of how I took that. But
sure. I mean, you could still chill filter a barrel-proof. I would hope that you wouldn't, but you can do it.
Well, don't do it.
I think we're more in the camp of give us barrel proof and then add water to taste.
Yeah.
We're likely not going to add water.
Well, but sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
There have been occasions
if
where...
If it's not singing,
right.
Be like, well, let's see how it does with some water.
And then that gives you the opportunity as a consumer to still spend the same amount of money on the bottle, but then potentially stretch it a bit further by diluting it to your liking. It's just our opinion. Mm-hmm. But some people don't like barrel proof, so why not just go ahead and buy it at the proof that you want it at? So
less work required.
Work for you.
Yep. Has IBN done Booker's 2021-04 yet? We haven't. We have a bottle. Thanks to a viewer, and we're going to be sharing some samples with them for that. But yeah, we have tried it. And should we talk about it?
It's up to you.
I'll just say...
Well, I feel like you already got started it.
I mean, yeah, we could get it. We could go get it, but...
Where is it? Upstairs?
Yeah. Oh, it's all the way.
I don't want
to. I was hoping the 04
would come in and save the day.
Would be the savior that we were looking for. It would come in and say, hold my Bookers, and then be like, this is what a release should be.
And this is what we've been waiting for all year.
And it didn't do that.
No.
I'm sad.
Care to go a step further?
Well, since Drew asked.
This is the first year since we've started doing the best of countdown that a Booker's has not made it in. Which, honestly, I'm not sad. I am sad that I want it to continue to live up to the quality that I'm used to.
Right.
Especially if we're going to pay the money for it. That makes me sad.
I'm
not sad that something that's always been included is not included, because we need to continuously check ourselves.
Yeah,
like, are we just putting things in because that's what we've always done? I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I don't think that's right. So, yeah.
They can't all be gems, says Scott, but you would think at least one of the 4 in a year. And when
we're just used
none
to.
of them of the year isn't, then that's when it hurts.
And it's not to say that they're all bad or anything. It just, we blind tasted them against some other things and they did not win. And so, you got to earn your seat at the table.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I also feel like we're being like judge, jury, and executioner here with these.
We're not Judge Judy.
It's our best of list. I think we need to find it to be the best of. And it did not meet our rigorous standards this year. Mm-hmm. So,
back to this real quickly, and we'll move on. I could see how this would be someone's cup of tea, because it does have that citrus and it's almost like a muted smoke or something. There's something in there that, it's not like Buffalo Trace or Eagle Rare or Russell's 10-year, because that's 90 proof, right? I always forget. Or other 90 proof things. Your Four Roses small batch, your Evan Williams 1783. Although it might be closest to that. I wonder if that Bardstown is Heaven Hill. But yeah, that citrus and that sort of thing that you were talking about. What did you say?
Like an orange
chalky. Yeah. Like it's not a runts, but sweet tart.
Something like that.
Makes it not so much, I think, for us, but I could see where other people would like this as an alternative to the other 90 proofers that are out there.
Yeah. Sure. Somebody, there's somebody for something. Yep. Everything. I don't know. Don't ask me.
You just work here.
I just work here. Don't ask me.
All right. Good questions tonight. Good questions.
Yeah, very good questions. I think someone did ask what was our favorite Bookers of the year then, out of the ones, even the...
it was the 2.
The 2.
The 02.
I was like, I know we ended up landing on one, but it still wasn't quite what it needed to be. But I believe it was the 2.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't want to just put our favorite Bookers in there. It had to be our favorite plus, as you said, earn a seat at the table.
Yeah.
And it didn't really earn that seat. Just sad, because we are Booker's fans, and especially as you said, when the price has been going up, and you want to, justify it to some of the kind of haters out there, like never again, and but it's still good. And then you get a year like this where it just didn't show up. You're like, ooh.
Well, yeah, I feel like we've been defenders of Bookers for the past few years
right.
as it's gone up and become a little harder to find, and it kind of sucks to be like, well. Oops, not this year. Anyways.
Brian and Tammy, they're in the chat right now. They gave us this at Whiskey Weekend, and it kind of got put in a stuff we brought back from Whiskey Weekend corner, and then I discovered it the other day. I was like, oh, hey. It happens.
It does happen.
It's a side effect of the job.
Definitely.
So
we're going to take some time over the holiday break and do a little inventory and organization so that we can
overdue.
Do a better job.
3 Rivers Distilling Company.
3. Count them 3 Rivers.
Franklyn B Rye Whiskey. It's 100% grained bottle craft distillery. It's 95 proof. 3 Rivers Distilling Company, Fort Wayne, Indiana. So you get the Brian and Tammy connection here. This is months aged in oak cask 11. So it's under a year old. What did you do?
Intriguing.
What did you do?
It's not,
no, it could be great.
A great
and it's a
color
rye.
To it.
It's a rye.
Which don't need as much time. It does have a nice color to it.
It does. It does. So we are anxious. We are anxious, guys.
We shall try it.
Let's get something in a glass and then we'll see. I'll tell you what. You go ahead and read Kilco and I'll get this opened.
Okay. Kilco says, happy holidays to you both. Looking forward to more collabs, more Whiskey Tube meetups, and more whiskey in the future. Us as well. Although we are taking a dry month in January, so I'm looking forward to no whiskey and then more whiskey after that. Gotta do a little reset.
Yeah. We'll
start the year off right.
Talk about that here in a second.
Okay. Chad's like, shh, quiet you.
Quiet you. You're scaring off the regulars.
I know. Speaking of the regulars, well, this is kind of a segue. I know some of you in the chat have already purchased things from our site for the holiday season, and we can't thank you enough for that. If anybody, I know it's getting late in the year, but if anybody's still on the fence, we do have only, I think, 5 or 6 more of our holiday candles, and I'm not making any more. So they sell out when they sell out.
Holidays will be over.
The holidays will be over. But I think the smell is just like a nice winter smell. It's a very cozy inside smell. I think it's a mulled wine and spices, so it's just like a good cozy inside smell. Best around the holidays. But anyways, there's only a few of those left, and when they're gone until next year. So I just thought I'd let you guys know.
Whiskey Ambitions.
WhiskeyAmbitions.com says Scott Pigsley, and thank you so much. I think Adriana dropped that in there.
True.
Too. And Todd Cooper wants to know about February meetups, and that ain't... Listen, when you live in Kentucky, you don't plan travel in February, because there's most likely going to be snow and ice, and whatever it is you had planned will get canceled.
There you go. But first, to Kilco.
Right you are.
Thank you for that chip chat. Oh, Whiskey Mountains. I knew you became a mod for a reason. Look at that.
Yep. And Scott, too.
Thanks for helping
everybody dropping the
last live, Adriana. That was very helpful. Santiago C.
Drank it.
13. Merry Christmas. All FOMO is real this year. Still missing that FAE02 and Elijah Craig C921. Oh, and my wife loved the holiday candle scent. There you go. Will definitely be an annual purchase. Woo. That's right. So
I'll make them again next year.
There you go. There's a little testimonial.
And next year we should have cut bottles.
Santiago TC.
Candles.
That's right.
Next year we will have those. When? Wait and see. But definitely by next holidays.
That's a triangle worthy right there.
Is it a triangle?
It is.
Oh, yes, you're right. It is. Color coding. Didn't see it. Thank you.
Boom, 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 boom.
And Kilco gets his participation award as well.
Well, that is fruity.
Fruity and minty. Smells like a summer cocktail.
Grain forward.
Peaches and
cream.
A little spice and mint. And cream.
Oh, you can also get this lovely
Oh.
Angel Share hoodie that has the full logo on the back. Also at whiskeyandmotions.com. Okay. I mean, it's a different rye. It is more grain forward than I'm used to with a rye.
Almost like a. Oh, I'm not familiar enough with like melon flavor profiles. I need to work on that. I just really don't like anything but watermelon, but kind of honeydew cantaloupe note.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I see that. Yeah, you get the
at the front.
The grains on the nose and the palate.
And then towards the finish, it's not pepper. Maybe it's white pepper. Something that's got a little zest to it.
I think it is just plain black pepper.
Plain pepper? Okay.
Yeah.
And it's got some tea notes too. Some tannins.
Some tannins, yeah. So a lot of people are saying that they missed that C921. Well, the Larceny was late in production. We got that sample late, but we got the Elijah Craig on time. Some people were saying like there's some orders.
Excuse me, please silence your phones. Oh my goodness.
People are saying the Heaven Hill strike and all that probably didn't do any favors by getting things out on time, but the Larceny was particularly late.
Yes, very late.
But the C921, I feel like at least the media thing came promptly in September.
Yeah.
But
Elijah Craig.
For the Elijah Craig. Larceny was
we just got it, a couple weeks ago? End of November, early December.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the William Heaven Hill, still haven't heard official if that's...
I think there's not one this year. Or maybe it'll come out in the spring, but I don't think we're going to see it.
Yeah.
That's fine. We'll put it in the best stuff for next year.
Well, here's some info about what we're drinking from Mr. Brian Brennecke, the provider of
a
said
5-gallon
bottle.
barrel.
Yeah, the batch is still in their 5-gallon barrels. They moved up to 15. Still not quite sure yet, but moving in the right direction. Still not quite there yet.
Yes, there's definitely potential here. Mm-hmm. I will give it that. 11 months in a barrel, and this is it's got this flavor and this color. They're definitely moving in the right direction.
Yeah.
And going back to the nose, it's very honey.
Oh, okay. Like a diluted
it's giving me honey tea, summer fruits type of a thing.
For sure. And what did we learn about 15-gallon barrels just the other day from Mr. Stephen Fonte?
I forget.
That it's the most surface area, liquid to surface area ratio.
It's the closest to what you get in a 50...
In a 53.
Is it 53 or 52?
53.
53-gallon barrel.
Yeah, that's the standard. That's as large as they can make them and get them in the ricks. They used to be a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
But
yeah, like you said, the ratio is the most spot on.
Yeah. I don't know about the wheat whiskey, the Parker's Heritage at the distillery yet, but we did get the media sample. They did do it?
If you follow their... It's always on their Facebook page, but they post it the night before. So... I've tried to set alerts and stuff to get them, and I don't get notified until the next morning, and I'm like, well, even if I left now, I couldn't get there in time, and then they're all already sold out, so it does not matter.
Yeah, see, Brian knows.
Because
he was there.
He was
heard
there,
it from
and so
Mr.
was
Fonte.
Todd. And I was just playing with the dog once again, so I didn't hear.
It's true.
Oh, I wish I had put the picture on that we could show them of the dog.
Oh, yeah.
Louis. There's a distillery dog at...
Pull it up. You can show them.
I can maybe show them. They don't care. I mean, they might care a little.
We can hide our faces and it'll focus on it. Look at that dog. You're really going to have to hold it up there, and then we'll just hide our... Yeah, there you go.
Look how cute he is.
Look at that. Look at that dog.
He's the same kind of dog as Zoe, so I obviously was obsessed with him and asked if I could take him home twice.
That's Mr. Fonte's dog.
Obviously, I can't, but he's a sweet boy. And if you ever go, you gotta ask for Louis.
It's Bayo 2 worth $85. I mean, 20 more than what we paid for it, but...
Delicious stuff.
If I couldn't get it anywhere for...
If it's $85 or
retail,
nothing, then I'd probably spend it.
Yeah.
I really liked it. We're on our second bottle.
We are on our second bottle.
And we don't often do that so quickly, I mean.
Not when we have so many bottles around.
I know, right? I always hate saying it that way because it sounds like a boast, but it's just facts.
Yeah.
You can literally see them. I'm not.
It's true.
Brian says we were paying attention. Todd, Sarah was getting scared by the dog running through the mini rick house. Oh, yeah. No, that was my mom.
Oh, yeah.
Pam screamed. She was like, what is that? Or was it me? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Anyways.
It was one of you.
One of us. All right. On to the next. I am excited to see what that distillery does, though. So please keep us updated. Because I feel like like a 2-year-old rye, 2.5, would be really good from there. So I'd like to see that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, crap. Tumblin Dice.
Now, somebody earlier was saying they get like a cherry cough medicine, and I'm sorry I couldn't catch the name, but someone was talking about Tumbling Dice being like a cherry cough medicine type of a note, and so it'll be interesting to see if that's right.
Kino C, what's in your picture?
I think he's drinking, or
No, he's looking through something. What are you looking through?
Maybe it's a telescope.
Looks like a telescope. I just, Kino. I think Kino Flow lights. I wondered if that was what it was. Anyway, it says, what's your opinion on the Blue Run High Rye Bourbon? Kino, we did an episode about it.
Just this, it was in our countdown of this month.
You can go check it out. Yeah, it's one of our 25 most influential.
We could tell you about it here, but it'd probably be better to hear about it while we're drinking it. And it's only like a 6-minute episode, maybe? 7 minutes?
Yeah, they're shorter because... It's a Canon 400 millimeter lens f 2.8. Nice. So maybe you do. Or is Kino because of Kino Flow? I would like to know. All right, so Tumblin Dice. It's gonna find which way it wants to go.
I did my best.
And then you go that way. But which way is it?
Scott is saying that he likes the Zoe appearances in the 25 December episodes.
There it goes. Oh, yeah.
I also like it. She was very concerned with what we were doing that day. I was like, we've been doing this for 5.5 years, dog. Like, you know what's up. But she was still very concerned.
We got this because this is research.
Oh.
Because it's a pick.
To see if we want to do a pick.
Right. We'll never do a pick at a place that we haven't had a pick from another place that we've liked. So we saw this. This is Heritage Selection, but we got it at Unlimited Spirits on Southland Drive in Lexington, Kentucky. And it's a single barrel proof, 110.34.
Is this our last thing of the evening?
'Tis. Well,
except the Stagg. That's what I meant.
And we met these guys at the Kentucky Bourbon Festival.
We did, and they were super nice.
And we tried their stuff, and it was good. Distilled in Indiana, bottled by Proof and Wood Ventures, Stanford, Kentucky. The mash bill is very shiny. It's 30... Let me get my readers, Sarah. 36% rye, 60% corn, and 4% malted barley. Sourced small batch, aged a minimum of 5 years in new charred oak barrels. There you go. I didn't see what Kino said. Did he say anything?
Oh, no.
No, he got tired of my questions. That's fine.
As we all do.
Yeah, that's true. Tell me more.
Nick said, Sarah hit you with the dog like Randy Jackson. It's a no for me, dog.
It's a no for me, dog.
No, it's just because she's literally a dog, and we'll say... Sometimes we'll just yell, dog.
Yeah. That's a no for me, dog.
It's a no for me, dog.
Tumbling tumbleweed.
Anybody watch Deadwood?
Yeah.
I see that on the
Ooh, Deadwood Presents.
Deadwood Presents. Anybody? Deadwood?
Nice.
Big fan. Huge fan.
Huge.
Was very, very sad when they canceled the 3rd season.
You know why they canceled it?
To make Game of Thrones.
So they have enough money to make Game of Thrones.
And look how that turned out.
Well, I thought it was Westworld. Was it Game of Thrones? I think
it was Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Westworld was later.
I liked Deadwood a lot.
That's an interesting nose.
Does it... Almost has a tickle note.
Ooh, but no, it's Indiana.
I know, but you know what I mean.
Well, That's not what I thought you were going to say.
I'm not thinking it is from there. It just almost reminds me of that. Almost.
It does have a weird nut, like a nowhere near Heaven Hill or Jim Beam.
It's an interesting, note.
Nutty apples.
Okay.
Or
I mean,
crust.
Hey, and nothing's
baked crust.
wrong. Everything's right.
No, not an almond.
Nope. I didn't like that.
It's interesting. It's not Flintstone vitamins.
It's like really licoricey and cherry-y, and for me, those are no-nos.
This is not like what we tasted.
This is not like what we tasted.
I think this is... I don't want to say a bad pick, but...
No, it's a pick that's we wouldn't have picked it.
It was picked for...
someone who likes these flavors.
Different reasons, yeah. It's not not an IPM pick.
Let's try it again now that my tongue is acclimated. I don't usually like having that strong of a reaction, like, up front. Nope. And I can tell you why.
It's a no for me, dog.
I can tell you why. It has a nice mouthfeel. I'll give it that. And that's what I really thought was promising when I first tasted it. It's got a great mouthfeel. However, it goes straight to the back of my tongue. It goes straight to the back of my tongue, and it's a bitter cherry syrup licorice kind of a thing. And it's just not my flavor profile. And it's still sitting there. But it has a long finish, and it's a good quality. Other than that, I don't like those flavor notes.
Here's the Rock Gut review saying, "Hey there, folks! I love that Tumblin Dice. Love the high rye mash bill. But this is a pick. I feel
and we've liked one before at the Bourbon Festival.
As we said, we were at the Bourbon Festival and tried a bunch of their things, and we liked all of them. But
this particular pick was chosen for someone who likes those flavor notes, and but the thing is go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say super chat from John.
Oh, John says Al Swearingen's dialogue is the best ever. Yes, when he gets his own monologues, I'm like, it's full of swearing, and I love it.
It's like David Mamet play.
Yeah, this just isn't for me. But what I can say is that I detect quality. It's just not the right flavor for me.
You had barrels laid out in front of you and said, I want to go in a much more different, or from what we remember, off-profile pick, which is completely fine. Sometimes that really works, and it can work for people. It's not working for us, and that's just the way.
But see, now I have to know.
Things go.
Now I need to try more of them.
Right.
Because I remember liking it. Mm-hmm. So I would need to try other picks in order to get a feel for is this an outlier or not? Or was the one that we tried before the outlier?
Right.
Need to get a sense of that. But I have heard good things about it from other people, so I am not going to solely base my overall preference for this off of this one.
Right. This doesn't make us go, we wanna run out and do a pick of this.
More research is needed.
More research is needed. We did that with Yellowstone. We got a Yellowstone pick from Total Wine, and it was amazing. Yes, Yellowstone. And we've done that pick just recently.
It should be out in a few months.
And it's going to be good. We picked a good barrel. Yes. Woo. Woo, Drew Bolin.
Drew.
Sounding off, saying, had to shout out the old lady for joining me first time ever joining me with any type of bourbon. It's an eggnog, but still, there's hope.
Hey.
I feel you, Drew.
Any way you want to drink it is how you should drink it. And that's also for John.
Bring the old lady over to the dark side.
Don't call her that.
He called her that.
A beautiful woman.
Beautiful old lady.
Not that I follow her on Instagram or anything. That would be weird. And now I made it weird.
My name is Chad, and my wife is named Farah. So close.
So close.
He's almost us.
So close.
Got the beard and everything. I like it. Sorry I said joining me twice. It's okay, Drew. Being on live TV makes us nervous. It's fine. Time for the Stagg.
I agree. Thank you, Tom. I agree. Now, the problem is I don't have a fresh glass.
Let's see. What was the most normal thing? Probably the first one with the rye.
I hate to do this, but we're on a time crunch, so...
We brought down 4 glasses because we were planning on drinking 4 things. But then we were reminded that it was George T. Stagg's birthday.
Oh, a real good shake.
Mm-hmm. That's why we have these absorbent coasters.
Oh,
if we can just do
that.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
But what?
Nothing. We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
Let's see. Tim said, I offer my help and additional research needed for picks. Thank you. Yeah, if somebody...
Didn't have to stand up. I didn't have to stand up. Get to the chopper.
If anybody has a Tumblin Dice pick that they're really fond of, maybe
hit us up.
Let us know.
itsbourbonnight@gmail.com.
We might not get back to you right away because we're still getting caught up from this month of craziness. But
busiest month
we
ever.
will get to you eventually, and we do appreciate it, and it would help us decide if we want to do one or not.
Yeah.
So.
Speaking of that, we can talk about. Am I the only weird one who?
Yes.
Yeah, probably. I gotta do it though. We can talk about.
Just a little.
January is going to be dry. Can't even say it, Sarah. It's going to be dry January. You want more?
Well, a little.
Bit more.
Bit more, please.
Marge, can I tempt you with a nice nosh?
Well, that's too much.
A little bit.
You don't want any?
Bit more. Yeah, what am I doing?
I don't know.
You can pour some of mine if that's too much.
Yes. I don't know. I'll just give it to you afterwards.
Give us 3 drops.
Fine. It's fine.
So like last year we did Rye Month as sort of like a ha ha ha.
In January it was Rye Month instead of Dry Month, but this year I'm like no,
so,
I need a Dry Month.
As you heard, if you've been with us from the beginning of this episode, 33 episodes in the month of December when it's all said and done, and a lot of that, like the New Year's Eve episode, which will be the best bourbons of 2021, requires blind tasting well over 30 bourbons and ryes and American whiskeys, plus these daily videos. So December is our most whiskey-soaked month
of the year
ever.
Which is hard to believe because like September and October with Bourbon Heritage Month
and
all the festivals are also...
The end of the year.
It's really from September...
Like three months of...
just drinking.
A lot.
And then there's holidays and everything.
And Sarah said... She says to me, she says, I would really love to do a dry January. Too bad we can't do that. And I was like, no, let's do it. So we're going to do it. Our first ever dry January. Now you're going to be like, what's going to happen?
Where's my content?
Don't worry. Our Friday produced episodes are going to be things that we have filmed that have been meaning to be edited. A lot of events like the Kentucky Bourbon Festival. Mm-hmm. I don't want to promise things because I don't know, but there's going to be a lot of things like events and those type of special episodes that will be edited finally. And then for the lives, we're planning on bringing in other people.
Mm-hmm. We need to start working on that.
Right. To they can drink, you know.
But most people would be like kind of interviews, chatting,
having, you know. So they'll still be drinking. You all can still be drinking, or you can choose to join us in a dry January or a dry, even if it's a dry week through January.
That's true.
Whatever it is, we will not be drinking, but we will still be providing you with the same excellent content.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a challenge, but creativity, when put in a box, that's when you get the most creative, right?
And I'm looking forward to that, to just like seeing, you know, stepping outside of our normal. We do step out every now and then, but being forced to come up with a different way of doing things for a month, I think is interesting, and I think that that's a fun way to do it. So, and you know, our livers will thank us.
They will. That they will. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's always good to take a step back and just make sure that you have no problem going a week without, you know, pouring a glass.
Yeah.
It might kind of suck, and you might be like, I'm kind of in the mood for it. But as long as you can be like, but I made myself a promise that I won't, and then you don't, and there's no adverse effects, then you know you're okay. So, well, it's just always good to check in on yourself.
It is true.
You know?
And I have done a dry month before while doing the channel. It's been a few years before we got married. But what I noticed when I came back to drinking is that I felt like my palate was heightened. And this is a good thing, I consider. I think my tolerance was lowered, which meant that I was then consuming less, especially if you're like going out and drinking. I mean, you save money, which is nice.
Yeah.
But I think it's just a good reset every now and then. So I'm excited to do it, to be honest. We've been very fortunate to have several bourbon-soaked months, as you said. But now my body needs a little rest.
And, so much more, or so much other, what am I trying to say? A lot of the world will also be joining us just because January is typically like...
New Year's resolutions. I'm going to take this January to dry out and start exercising and doing all these resolutions. And whether you're doing that or not, it's just cool to check in on yourself. Kevin says, I just became a patron. Now you're going dry. Just my luck. We will have some barrel picks coming out. We will have some barrel picks coming out.
Barrel picks that we have picked that will be coming out, so don't worry.
We'll need to get those tasting notes together before January.
Affluent, yeah. That's true.
And there will be content. Don't worry.
Oh, yeah. Good.
It's only 31 days.
Bourbon-soaked content.
Or themed. Whatever. Sure.
Oh, man. So, the Stagg that we're drinking on...
Also, I think he was teasing, just to acknowledge that he's not being serious. Okay. Well, he's new, so I don't know.
That's true. The Stagg that we picked is this redheaded stepchild of the 116.9 proof. The really low proof Stagg. But still, if it's a Stagg you're drinking, you're like, no, this is good, son. It's a yes for me, dog. So Kilko weighing in saying that main reason I take a break every quarter for 1 week is to check in. Yeah. Too much family history and possibly genetics with alcohol issues. Best to be safe. Sure. Yeah. I mean, we're doing it more for we want to, dry out, health reasons, but also the check-in is also a big part. So for whatever reason, if you are going to do it,
we'll be with you.
Good on you. And if you decide not to, you're like, nah, I don't want to. Also cool. Also cool.
Zero judgment zone.
Yep. Happy birthday, George T. Stagg.
Yes, thanks for being born.
Happy birthday. Where were you this year, George?
I have to say, though, Chad, this is tasting different to me, and I think it's after the Tumblin Dice. I still have that cherry...
Take your second sip.
I have. I did. I still have that cherry licorice note on the back of my tongue.
Oh.
Andrew says, I'll do February. It's only 28 days.
I think that was my first suggestion when you said, can we do a dry January? I said, can we do February?
No, because I was like, I really need it right after all these months.
Yeah. So I'm with you, Drew. 116.8 is low proof. Well, it is for George T. Stagg. Yeah. But at least we got supposedly 2 Stagg Juniors this year. We weren't able to get the fall release, just the summer. The Tumblin Dice killed you?
The fin on the back of my tongue. I can only taste that now. JG said no dice. Yeah, I get the front of the palate, the nose, everything's great until it settles in on the back of my tongue, and then I just taste Tumblin Dice finish.
Yeah.
And I'm very upset because...
Do you need more water?
I already drank it all. It is, not that Chad's like the keeper of the bottles, but it's rare that we pull this guy out. We don't do it all the time.
If you want George T. Stagg, you must answer these riddles 3.
Basically.
What?
And so...
is your favorite color? Blue. No, I mean green. Ah!
It's green.
Yeah, that's what I said. No, I mean green. Michael saying good for the gut. Better than chugging kombucha to get things right. You're only supposed to drink 16 ounces of kombucha a day. If you drink more than that, they don't recommend it.
I know.
Yeah. You told me that.
I did. I mean, I'm sure you could, but it's
not recommended.
Best for your balance.
Though I have discovered kombucha this year. I found one that I like.
Oh, are we doing like a little recap?
Yeah, a little recap.
What else did you do this? So you found kombucha.
That's it.
I'm so glad. And that's it. That's all you did.
I found kombucha.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
Well,
that's good.
I feel like I've done more than I could say in 1 minute. So.
Yeah. You started drinking it this year, though. Kombucha.
I did start drinking it this year. I got another thing.
And then I had hers, and I was like, then that was me from the elf scene. Very, not vinegar. Or maybe it is vinegar. Is it vinegar-ish?
It's like, kind of, it's just a little bit of that taste.
But then I found is it strawberry lemonade?
lemonade.
Strawberry lemonade that GT's makes but there's only Whole Foods that carries it. Like Kroger and these other places carry like every other. Who wouldn't carry strawberry lemonade?
Telling him this?
It's who wouldn't like strawberry lemonade?
Is this not air your grievances time?
It's the last live of 2021, Sarah. I feel like we can do whatever.
It's not the last live of 2021.
What do you want?
We do one after.
Oh, well, before
next weekend.
Before Christmas. That's what I meant.
That's right.
Well, that show is just going to be me airing grievances.
Apparently.
It's going to be Festivus for the rest of us.
Sheesh.
Everyone should air their grievances in that one.
Oh, gosh. I don't know if I'm ready for that. Scott Paisley said, I like the trilogy. Me too. I just bought a big bottle of it. He doesn't like it. It's fine. I think I might save this last sip for a bit and try to get this taste out of my mouth.
Sure.
Cool.
Sure.
All right. Well, I think that just watching Chad hum and read these comments is while it is entertaining, I do think we could say goodbye.
We could, but what about this?
Maybe show a show of impressions and movie quotes in January, Chad. How long? Jeez.
The whole hour.
An hour?
Yeah.
No. Ugh.
I'll work on my impressions.
Oh, no.
And, see, everyone's saying yes to the Festivus episode. I'll tune in for that. Yes, Festivus episode.
Wait, what Festivus?
Festivus for the rest of us. Air your grievances. It's a Seinfeld reference.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, you weren't a big Seinfeld.
No.
Feats of Strengths?
You guys can yell at me now.
We'll have to do Feats of Strengths. Yes, that's a part of Festivus. There's a Festivus poll.
Okay. If you want to, you just have to tell me about it. I don't know. Okay. Maybe I'll just have to watch that episode.
Yeah.
I can air grievances.
She's going to air one about ending this episode.
I am going to air one.
So we can go continue watching The Witcher.
Yeah.
Which came out now.
I really don't know why I like that show. I have no idea.
Oh my god.
Doesn't really make sense, but I'm in it now, so I guess we'll watch it.
Yeah, okay. It's going to be one of my grievances that I air. Henry Cavill.
Tammy wants cooking with Sarah. We could do that.
But you cook with bourbon.
Oh.
But I guess if you cook it out.
I don't know. Well, there's a whole other thing about January.
Ooh, that's a line to walk right there. Right?
It is. Maybe in February. But yes, more cooking episodes. I'll do some research in January, as much as I can.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
We virtually met another cooking channel online, and they were talking about doing a collab with us. And,
we would love to do that.
That would be very exciting. No spoilers on who it is.
Just in case it doesn't work out.
Just in case our schedules don't line up. But
yeah, that's a resolution for me in next year. I really fell off the grid with those blogs, but I'm gonna do more. I promise I'm gonna do more.
Ooh, that would be okay. Next live, it'll be an airing of grievances /
requests
/
Total Request Live.
TRL.
Can we call it TRL?
Hi, I just I voted for George C. Stagg, but because it's the best bourbon that I drank all year. They don't even finish. They just start cheering. If y'all remember TRL, Carson Daly. What a tool.
You can play Carson Daly, and I'll play the guest
Thanks.
host.
I'll play the tool.
Okay.
Great. What was I gonna say? Grievances, requests, and New Year's resolutions.
Oh, okay.
That will be the theme of next live. So bring all 3 of those to the live, and
we will do with it what we will.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
It will.
All right, cool.
Okay. Gots to go, folks.
We do got to go.
Where's the thing?
Kilko said he wants to see what I'm making this year for the holidays. I will be making what I made last year, which is chocolate chip bourbon pecan pie and sticky toffee pudding, which are both on the blog, which is at whiskyambitions.com. I have not come up with anything better for this year. Those remain unbeaten. So
it's true.
That's where we're at. But I'll work on it. I'll work on it for you.
Yeah. But hey, y'all, we will see you next Sunday. Thanks for watching so much. See you then.
Bye-bye.
And bye-bye.